Okay, hello there, that's right, it's Nick Dutch and I'm back here yet again. And I had someone who made an inquiry for me to do a video about my experiences with astral projection. Let's just try and start from a bit of perspective here. Just because you can't see something doesn't mean to say it doesn't exist. But also, just because you do see something, does that also imply that it does exist? Short answer, no. Essentially, all we can do, especially when we're talking about strange, allegedly supernatural things such as astral projection and the like, we have to see these things as just very interesting, very curious experiences, and trying to have these experiences is part of the fun and part of what it means to be a person who plays around with the supernatural, the occult, and all the rest of it. It's just a question of more and more strange experiences. How shall I describe this? If you think back to last night when you were in bed and you were having a dream, and you think back to the way that you felt, you actually felt as a person when you were in that dream. It wasn't quite the same feeling, the same moods, the same understandings of life and reality, and you weren't as aware of your surroundings and so on and so forth as you are right now. But let's just say you had one of these dream experiences in which you were precisely as awake in every possible way as you are now, and the sensation of this dream was identical in every possible respect, apart from maybe a few physical sensations, to what you're experiencing right now whilst you're watching this. Well, I had an experience like that myself. I used Sylvan Muldoon and Carrington's The Projection of the Astral Body for my guide as to how to try and generate the experience of the astral projection. It took me months of me practicing visualization exercises of my spirit body, rising up out of my physical and moving to the side and writing itself a fair way away from where my bed was, and visualizing the astral cable, so to speak, going from my physical body's forehead to the back of my astral body's head, and all this kind of stuff, and extra meditations and visualizations to try and make sure I could bloody well do it, because I was really eager to have this experience. And then one night, yes, I did have it, and it was peculiar, because firstly, yes, I felt just as awake in this experience as I do now, right this very minute, just as I do during my normal day-to-day waking life. There was illumination. I mean, the whole house obviously had the lights off, it was night time, but there was still some kind of crazy illumination of sorts. Everything was bathed in this sort of like yellowy, bluish, creamish light, but there was a complete and utter absence of shadows. Obviously right now you can see there's like the shadow of my own head and shoulders over there, but imagine a world in which there aren't any shadows. Now, if the astral body is real, like we don't know whether it is or not, okay, but if it is real, it would make some sense that it's actually emitting some kind of light in it of its own right, which the astral body can then see itself. That's the kind of thing that one would expect if one was to say that the astral body actually exists. We don't know. But anyway, I could see everything and there were no shadows anywhere. So it was like my body or my eyes themselves were radiating light. When I was trying to walk, I could not feel my feet touching the ground. So I had to assume that I was floating, which was weird. And I would feel like I was pivoting at my feet and I was swaying a little, with my feet sort of steady, but my head and my shoulders sort of going around like that, until I was a certain distance away from my physical body. When I tried to walk through a wall in this experience, there was this feeling of strain that I experienced, because it required a certain quantity of concentration to try and do something that was of course rather abnormal, and it was accompanied by this peculiar rushing sound, rather like fine sand going through a fine sieve of some description. It was a very peculiar experience, but yes, I managed to push myself through a wall, and I seemed to be able to experience what was in the next door's house. And I got back through the wall back into my own house, and something seemed to startle me. I can't remember what that was now, but when that happened, I automatically went to horizontal and I floated above the ground level, and my spirit body seemed to fly to my bed, avoiding the walls, as if I was somehow wall phobic. It didn't just go zap straight through the walls, so it went along the hallway, turned, then went into my bedroom, then turned again, and then went above my body, and then it was accompanied by a falling dream sensation, boom, as the apparent astral went into the physical, and I awoke with a bit of a start back in the physical again, and it was a peculiar experience. And I sensed my astral body or spirit body as being made of the same sort of bluish, yellowish, cream-like light itself, and it was very strange. And yeah, there was an awful lot of correlations with what Silver, Muldoon and Carrington wrote about in The Projection of the Astral Body. So there's something in what he was writing about in that book which has the ability to, with a hell of a lot of time and a hell of a lot of dedication, create that experience. Can I do it all the time? No. Can I create what seems like partial astral projection experiences? Yeah, once in a while it seems to happen. And they're curious. And that's more or less all I can tell you right now.